this is gonna be the stream today. There's not much happening. Yesterday the position that I had, you can see it right here. I still need to remember that I watched the video yesterday, and on the left part of the screen you can't see much, so maybe I need to make my camera a little bit smaller. Just let me. I guess my head is a bit too big, so I can make it a little bit smaller. That is. I don't know, maybe it's better. Yeah, I'll leave it like that. It's less of a perfect. Okay. So it's gonna be like that. Yesterday my position that I had, you can see it right here. I closed it 93 pips. The reason that I closed the position is because of two consecutive big bars. A big bar for me is over 20 pips. So the first is 25, second is it was 28, 29. They're almost the same size, so I closed the positions. I waited a little bit just to make sure, so I lost about 5 pips, but in a position like that 5 to 10 pips is not a big deal. So I took 90. As you can see, it gave a lot more, but per my rules, if it reverses 30 pips, I have to close. So the most I was gonna get was maybe 15 pips more, so it's not a big deal. The rule is actually a good one. The box right here that you can see is my daily, the amount of time I work per day. So I started about 9 o'clock my time, that's 8 Central European time, and I finish at 5 o'clock, so that's 4 Central European time. Sometimes a lot of positions end up after that time, but I don't open positions after that time. You need to have a certain amount of time that you work. You can't work 20 hours a day. I mean, the market does, but there's about, I don't know, the world markets work like that. So there's Japan, China, after that Europe opens, so Frankfurt, London, then the United States open, so New York and Chicago, and then it starts all over again. So you can't work all the time, and most of the time it doesn't matter. You don't need, you can go for 8 hours, you can go for 6 hours, it doesn't matter. There's some systems that they work on an hourly basis, so you can even go to work and trade at the same time. I mean, you have to have a certain job to do that. I mean, if you have a boss that's watching you, it's not gonna happen, but in some ways it's possible. So that's for yesterday. Today I have just one position. It's right here on the Euro Japanese yen. It's a 0. So I open in 2 bars, 2 blue bars, and I have a cross of the TDI indicator right here. There's the green arrow, and it's an entrance for me. So I enter right here, and 2 bars later I have a total of 4 blue bars. For me, that's an exit. I mean, it's not an exit. It's I have to put the stop to 0. So I put the stop to 0, and it stopped me out. Eventually the position got better and it went up, but I have no control over that. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. That's for today. It's a great day for the market. The euro went up a lot, the pound went up a lot. I didn't make anything out of it. It just, I don't have signals today. Yesterday I made 90 pips, today I made 0 so far. Maybe I get a position later, maybe it's a stop, maybe it's not. I don't know. Right now, no. This is supposed to be a signal, but because there's a previous movement, I'm not entering right now. These 2 bars with the cross, I'm supposed to enter right now, but here there's 2 bars with a cross. It's just that the TDI indicator doesn't, it's not, the green line is not over the yellow one. So if the green line is not over the yellow one, I don't enter the trade. Just 1 second. As I said, we're gonna do tests today. So now I just want to check if I missed. No, you can see it right here. The green line is under the yellow one, so that's not a signal for me. If this bar was over the yellow canal, it was probably going to be a signal for me, and I was going to have a great day today. But it didn't happen. So because this is almost a signal and it continues and there's no exit until I don't enter the trade right now. It can still happen. I mean, it's a great trend day today, so probably everything that goes up, it's gonna happen. But you can't trade like that. You can't trade just because you think something is gonna happen. You open a position. It doesn't work. You're gonna lose a lot like that. You just gotta follow your rules. Let me show you here. I put the 90 pips for yesterday and the 0 for today. That's all the positions I have for the last 2 days. Today I'm gonna show you how I'm actually testing. So I'm gonna minimize that. We're gonna have the market moving, so every 15 minutes I'm gonna check and see if, how the price is going and if I have a signal or not. Currently I don't think I'm gonna have a signal at the recent times. Here is my my spreadsheet for my tests. It's exactly the same as the spreadsheet for my real trading. The only difference is that I don't have place for mistakes and missed opportunities. It's a test. It's for the past times. You don't have missed opportunities. You can see everything and you can think about it and you can enter or don't. I'm just gonna mark the positions versus the trend just to check how they're working out. So I'm gonna make this smaller and I'm gonna just put it in one cross at a time. So we're gonna start first testing the euro dollar for I believe for January this year, so last month. I'm going backwards, so we're gonna start from so here it's the 4th of January and we start. What I'm doing right now is pressing F12 on the keyboard and it's moving bar by bar. So when I see a signal, I'm gonna tell you guys that I'm entering and we'll see what's gonna happen. So first I'm waiting for the daily line boxes. Okay, for some reason my stream just stopped at the moment that I said I have a position. So, okay, the stream is live. This bar here, I have a position right here. It's a cross and it's 2 bars. I don't care where the cross is. The green line has to be over the yellow one. So that's my signal. So we have over 20 pips. right now I move my stop to 0. It's so imaginary. I mean, you're testing the system, so everything that I do is it's not real life, it's past. It's for, this is 4th of January, so for 4th of January I'm supposed to be having a position, long position. Okay, so it went up 33 pips, so my stop is still at 0. It's three red bars. I measure, it's below 10 pips, so I'm just gonna leave the stop at 0. I'm not gonna take, because there's a spread. My broker spread is about 1 pip. Still 9 point something minus 1 pip, it's 9. I'm not gonna take 9 pips from 30, so I'm just gonna wait for 0 or make some more. And it's a, this is probably a 0. Yep, it's a 0. So I open my test and I put for 4th of January my first position is 0. Okay, so I continue just pressing. That's, it doesn't apply to the rules. It's, the cross is perfect. It's two great bars, two good looking bars, and it's only one thing that is not working. So you enter the position. I just saw that I entered it in real life, so it must be a signal. So I rethink it, and I forgot one rule right now. If it's under 5 pips, you enter. Usually I go from 3 to 5. It depends on the volatility. Here the day is 120 pips, so 5 pips is not that much. So for 3 pips, let's measure it again. Okay, so it's 3.7. That's not that much. And you enter. Everything looks good. Only one thing doesn't apply, but there's like 4 rules. So if one thing is, I said it's a hair away. If there's only one thing like that, you enter a position. If there are 2 things, you never enter a position. So if the cross is almost a cross and it's not under the EMA, you don't enter. If it's inside the channel and something else, you don't enter. But if it's only one thing among all of them, you can enter the trade. So I enter here. It reverses 12, so my stop is always 20. So it didn't hit the stop. Here it made 20 pips, so my stop is 0. Here it made 40, so my stop is right now 10. That's a great position. Just hitting this. So I still don't have an exit. So it from 50 to reverses 35. That's not an exit. Here from 60, my stop is 20. It reverses to 50. It's still good. Here it's 80 pips. Добре, хубаво. Айде. I open the quotes right here. Okay, so this position, it goes to 115 and reverses, but this is an exit. 3 bars against me, it's an exit. So I actually, I don't wait until it hits my stop to 80. I take 90. So I put in my tests 490. Oh, that was an awesome day. Okay. We skip the middle part that we don't trade, and we go back to the next day. We don't go back. We just go to the next day. Here we check if this is a big bar. It's not. Usually you should check how big the bars are, just to have an understanding of what the format is, because sometimes if the previous day was too big, bars look small but they're actually not. so you need to check those things. Okay, so here that's a signal, 2 bars and a cross. It's under the yellow line. So I enter. Oh, everything works this day. Okay. So that's 14 pips. So my stop is at 10. It's a 4 red bars at the same kind. It's 4 red bars. So it's 14. So I put the stop at 10, and it hits the stop. So I put on the 5th. I made 10. I continue. The position actually gives more, but I don't make it. I got stopped out right here, and the position gave a lot more. Wow, it gave a lot more. So if I didn't have this rule, I was probably gonna make 50 pips, but I have this rule, so I'm making 10. Sometimes this rule is gonna save your stops, which is more important. I mean, I don't want big drawdown. So this is the next day, the 6th. The tests are actually slow. Usually it takes me about 1 hour to make a month. So I make 3 tests per month. So I mean, I make euro dollar the next second. So even if you hit 5 stops, nobody cares. At some point we'll hit a bad month on testing. You'll see how it looks. So this day, oh, here's a position. No, that's not a position because the green line is over the yellow one, so that's not a position. That's a position. 2 blue bars with a cross. That's a position. Maybe this is the first stop. Come on, there's no stops. it doesn't. It's strange. So here I have 4 blue bars, so I move the stop to 0. It's 7 pips, so I move the stop to 0, and it stops me out. So for this day, it's the 6th. I put a 0. This is usually a lot. We go to the next working day. This is a big bar, and there's a cross, so it should be a signal. Yes, it is, and it works. So here I move my stop to 0. Oh wait, I have 2 big bars of the same kind, so this is an exit. I'm gonna have my stop a little bit like 25 pips. I'm not gonna exit at the exact same time the bar closes. It's just I'm gonna give myself a little bit of room. Just if I can lose 3 pips, but maybe I'll gain some more. And here you see there's 30 pips more. I'm not gonna make them after that because it reverses with 3 bars, and that's a complete exit after that. But still, I'm gonna have my stop at 25, and I'm waiting. And right here it's gonna hit my stop at 25. So at this position on the 7th, it's 25. This is very strange. I don't have a stop yet. Again, that's a signal. 2 blue bars cross over the yellow line. Here the stop is at 0. Oh, it's -5. I don't have 5 pips on here. It's under 5. You gotta always account for the spread. So my stop is -5, and we're gonna have a stop right here. Finally, it's -5. So on the 7th we get a -5 right here. We don't care right now what it shows. It's just, it doesn't matter. Now here you can have, it's a short position. It's versus the trend. The good thing is that it closes my long one. It stops out my long one. So I'm actually not in a position right now. If the two mix up, it's bad. But they don't. So it's a short position. It's a short because I have 3 divergences. So this is the first one, second one, third one. and you can see it right here. This is the first cross, the second one, the third one, and they're all declining on the TDI and they're all inclining on the price. So the highs on the price are always higher and the highs on the TDI. My stream health is not that good. I don't know why. My internet is supposed to be awesome. I don't know. And it's always when I open a position. Okay, so this is a short. As you see, I'm telling you the positions and I don't know what's gonna happen next. I mean, I could have checked it today or something like that, but I've been trading today, so there's no way I've been checking that. It's just, and I'm explaining you the rules, so even if I'm doing something that you think or believe that it's not true, you can always check it back. So this is a short. The stop is at the high, and we might get stopped out or not. Oh, yep, we got stopped out. So it's 18. I put it. I'm not. The stop is gonna be at 20, so we're still not stopped out. It's the exact same price. You have to put the spread over that, so the price needs to go over the top to hit it. So you put it 1 pip above, so you got a little room. Because sometimes the price hits you for 1 pip, and you don't want that. You just don't want to get hit for 1 pip and, I don't know, take your hair out or something like that. It's still not gonna work out probably, but yep, it's still the rules for my shorts, unless it's a signal for up for the opposite direction, you don't close out. So you wait until the you put a stop to 0 when it hits the EMA 89, and you close the position if it doesn't move over the EMA 200. If there's a good position versus the trend, I'm gonna show. So this is a minus 20, and we put it. This is still the 7th. It's minus 20, and it's versus the trend. So I'm gonna put a marker on it, which shows that it's minus. So we go to the next day. Oh wait, we go back. That's a signal. If it's a big bar, it's not a signal, because there's a resistance right here and it's on 15 pips. Now we need at least 1-to-1 ratio, so we need 20 pips until the resistance, so that's not a signal. And we save ourselves a stop right here. Okay, that's too little. The signal needs to be at least 7 pips. That's because if the signal is less than that, it just makes no sense. I mean, you have a spread 1 pip, and you can't open. Even 7 pips is a little bit too low, but it works out. Below that, you're risking way too much for just a silly signal that is too small. There's nothing. This is not a signal because the green line is over the yellow line. So it's not a signal, and it gives 10 pips, so 20 pips. So we missed them, but it doesn't matter. This again is a big bar, and there's a resistance right next to it, so it's not a signal. And it's a 0, so we didn't miss anything. Right here, again, that's similar from the one before. It's 2 great bars. There's a awesome cross, and it's what? It's 2 pips over the EMA 89. So you take that signal. It's just one thing that is not perfect, but the price is never perfect. Nothing is always perfect. So you take that signal, and it's a short. And here you have the four red ones, so it's 10 pips, so you put the stop to 0. It has to be above 12 to put the stop to 10. So it's 0, but it continues to give. So right now it gave 38. That's the most, that's the worst thing it can happen. It can give you 38 and it can reverse. That's like the worst. I mean, because if it gives you 40, you're gonna put the stop to 10 and you're gonna take something. But if it gives you 38, it screws you. Here we have an actual exit because it's 3 doji bars. It's 1, 2, 3. They're under 3 pips. Under 3 pips for me is a doji. Oh, but this is not. Just 1 second. I need to measure it. I think it's 3 pips, and if it's 3, you can put the mouse over the bar, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So open is 87, close is 84. So that's 3 pips, so it's not an exit. It's not 3 dojis. It should have been an exit, but it's not. But here you got 3 bars reversal. So what I make from this trade, it's about 10 pips. I put it 10 pips. So it's not that bad. Okay, so from on the 8th we didn't have anything. We have 10 pips on the 11th. This is not a signal. This is the doji is too small. It's under 1 pip, so it's not a signal. This is not a signal. We need to check this. It's not a signal because it's a big bar, and there's less than 20 pips until the resistance, so it's not an actual signal. We don't enter the trade. Good thing we didn't enter the trade. The day is over, so we go to the 12th. Nothing here. Sometimes the market will move and there will be no signals, like it's today on the pound and euro. I have nothing and the market did towards this to 100 pips. Stuff like that happens, nothing you can do about it. So here is a short, that's a signal. 2 bars, there's a cross. The cross is almost invisible right here, but you can see the arrow, and if there's an arrow, there's 100% cross. Sometimes there's no arrow, but it's right there and you can enter if everything else is perfect. So that's a signal. Again, it's 4 bars and we gotta measure. If it's 10 pips, so the stop is to 0 and it hits the stop. So that's a 0. 12th, it's a 0. Okay. Wait. The green line is right on the yellow line, so that's actually a signal. We enter this trade. Hey, we might get stopped out today. It's 18, so this is not yet a stop. It's very close, but it's not. Here you have 3 dojis. Just I'll back up a little bit. Here you have 3 dojis. On tests, you can you click a button, and it moves. So sometimes you click a little bit faster, just because you're impatient or something, and it moves a little bit more. But in real life, 1 bar takes 15 minutes. So you got a long time to think about it, if it's a signal or if it's not a signal or if it's an exit or whatever it is. If you know your rules, it's easy. You have 15 minutes to figure it out. But on a test, you don't have 15 minutes for 1 bar. You get crazy and it's gonna take the same time as real life trading. The idea is to actually make it fast so you can have a statistic. So here you again measure and it's so that's an exit. So it's a -5 for this position. It's on the 13th and it's a -5. That's not a signal. It's 2 bars, but before there's 3 more, so it's actually like a 5-bar signal. We don't enter like that. I mean, I don't. It's only 2 bars. I think this position worked out. No, it didn't. But wait. This is a signal. So a cross in 3 divergences. So that's one divergence right here. That's the second one right here. You look at the lows of the TDI. There's like 3 perfect lows on the TDI, and there's 3 lows right here. The last one is not exactly perfect, but it's only one, and it's even perfect because of this one, but it's only one. So you enter a long trade. Here you put the stop to 0 because it's near and your stop is only 10. It's 12 pips, so it's not 10, it's 12 pips. It's 1-to-1, so it's not because of the 1-to-1 you put the stop to 0, it's because it's near the EMA 89. So right here, you should probably exit, but you're not exiting because it's a strong bar, and you wait to see if it's gonna break out from the EMA 200 or not. A lot of signals versus the trend, they don't break out of the EMA 200. They just they stop right here. I don't know what's the reason, but they just do. It doesn't matter. Your stop is still at 0 and you wait for it. So 2 bars, it's staying right at the EMA 200. You just close. You don't do nothing. If it's 30, you just close. It's right here. It's 30, so you just close at 30. You lose. It doesn't matter. It reverses. But you just make 30. 30 pips is a lot, so it's awesome. Go to the next day. I'll just see if there's a signal here. Nothing happened, so we just reverse. You go back fast. You don't want to see what's happening on the next day, so it's gonna change your perspective about the testing. You don't want to know what's happening the next day. You don't want to know what's happening in the time period. So usually I make tests. So last month, there's 4 days from last month, and right now I'm testing the last month because I don't remember anything from the last month. I mean, I might remember something, but so far everything I remember is wrong, so it doesn't really matter. I thought this position is actually going down, and it didn't, so obviously I don't remember anything. So we go to the next day. Next day started. This is not a signal. The green line needs to be over the yellow one, so it's actually amazing. Look how much it gives, but it's not a signal for me. So we need to check. There's a cross over the trend. There's 3 tops, 1, 2, 3, but there's no divergence. This is a divergence between the last 2, but the middle one is not. So there's too many ifs. It's not a signal. Here you don't actually see it. There's no green arrow for a cross, but it's actually a cross, because if you look at the TDI right here, you gotta like put your head in the monitor or something like that, but you can see it's right there. So it's a cross. So I entered this position. It's 2 good looking bars. It's with the trend. You just enter. There's only one thing, and it's in a millimeter. It doesn't work, so you just gotta enter the position. The stop is always 20, so we gotta see if it hit the stop. It didn't hit the stop yet. We have 4 bars, blue bars of the same kind. So we measure, it's 14.8, so we put the stop at 10 pips. It's right about here. It's a little bit over because we gotta account for the spread, and it hit the stop, so it's 10 pips. In real life, as I'm going to show you in positions that they actually happen when I'm streaming, you put the stop at the exact time that bar closes. So you see what time the bar closes, and you put the stop at the time that the bar closes. Just let me move the price. Okay, so we continue. We got another cross, and here we got 3 divergences now. We got 1 here, 1 here, and 1 here. So that's 3 tops, 1, 2, 3. They're not the perfect distance from one another. They're actually too far away, but they're 3 divergences, 1, 2, 3. 23. So I gotta enter this. It's a short. My stop is 22, 23 pips, 23, and it again works out. It's very strange. Here the stop is at 0 because it hit the EMA 89. It didn't go to EMA 200. This is an exit. 2 bars with a cross. The cross is right here. It didn't hit the yellow line, but from my statistics, this will actually reverse up to probably, it will actually give 20 pips or more times that it's gonna go down. So I take 15 pips from this position. It's 14th of January, I take 15 pips and it's versus the trend. So I mark it again, okay? And it's wrong and it gives a lot more, but it doesn't matter because this is a signal for us. It's actually awesome. This is like the perfect signal ever. There's like 3 crosses right here, 1, 2 and 3 right here, and it's 2 bars, 2 great looking bars, and it's 3 crosses. It's amazing signal. So you enter by amazing I don't mean you should enter it with like huge amount of leverage or something like that. You always have to have 2% risk, but some positions they look better than the others. That doesn't necessarily mean they're gonna work out, but this one looks better than the others, and it's good. It gives 40 pips, so the stop is 10. It didn't hit the stop, but it's 3 bar reversal, so you put the stop to 20 right here and it hits it. So we made another 20 right here. If any of you have any questions, you can always ask them. I mean, that's what the testing is for, and that's what the live stream is for. Here this looks like a divergence. It's 1, 2, but it's not actually, and the highs are very fucked up, so it's not a divergence. We gotta check if this bar is a doji. It's a doji, so this is a signal for me. It's 2 bars. I don't count this one because it's a doji. It's below 3 pips. So I enter right here. We might actually have a signal today. Just 1 second. Okay, so it's 20 pips. I put my stop to 0 and it's 3 bar reversal, so but it's 8 pips, so I just leave my stop to 0 and it hits my stop to 0. I prefer to risk the 5 pips that it gave me right here than just to close at 5 pips and then see the price goes 20 or 30 pips more. It makes no sense. This is not a signal because the green line is not over the yellow. It's not even close. It's just the cross is right here. So this is not a signal, unfortunately, because it's amazing. But it's not. Here, this can be a signal, but no, it's not a divergence. And this high right here, it's too small. It's not an actual thing. It's like, look, too small, really small bars. So I don't count it. But if it was bigger, it was gonna be a signal, and I was gonna enter on the cross. So I continue the testing for January. It's taking me a very long time actually. Longer than usual. When I'm alone, I actually do it a lot faster. I mean, alone, there's you guys right here. This is a signal, 2 bars with a cross, and the cross is under the yellow line. and it's a stop. So finally we see a full stop, so that's minus 20 pips. That's on the 18th. Probably this week is not gonna be that good. This is not a signal. Okay, so that's for this day. And the next one, as I said, trading is a boring job. You gotta do this every day. You gotta have, in order for you to have like 5 years of testing, that's 60 months. You gotta have 60 days of at least one test. So one test takes about 1 or 2 hours. So you gotta have 60, 70 or 100 hours of testing at least. Just 1 second. Well, I think it is. Yeah, that's a signal. Okay. Even if it doesn't work out, it doesn't matter. This bar right here, it's 2.7 pips. Let me check how big it is. If it's 2.9, we're just not gonna count it. But okay, it doesn't matter. It's not a signal. This here looks amazing. It's a double bottom with a cross, but it's not. I don't have it as a signal. This even looks more amazing. A cross right here. It's 3 crosses, but it's not an actual divergence. They're all at the same level. I want them all to be slightly downhill for me to enter. So this works out again, but it's. I know some things, they look good to me because I've been trading for 6 years and I've been testing and I've seen a lot of charts. So this for me looks good, but I'm not entering a position like that just because it looks good to me. Here I might make a lot, at least 20 or 50 pips, I don't know. But I'm not gonna enter just because it looks good. It has to be a signal. So we're up to this day. This is a big bar right here. I have to see the next bar and I see it's a stop, but it doesn't matter, I have to take it. So this bar, in real life, I'm gonna take it. There's a cross and there's a big bar and there's no resistance on the left, so I gotta take it, and it's minus 20, and you put it on the 20th. On the 19th we didn't have any positions. On the 20th we got minus 20. It's an ugly ass position, but you gotta enter it. I mean, I remember this from last month. I entered this position and I got stopped out. It's just a dumb position. I mean, it looks bad, but nothing you can do about it. Here, this is a third divergence. You can see it like 1 cross here, 1 cross here, and 1 cross here, and you can see the tops right here, the highs. But I cannot enter this. There's risk reward is insanely bad. You got 45 pips stop, and the reward is 20 pips. So you cannot enter this position. Even if it works out, it's not a good position for you. It works out. It's still not a good position. This is, I gotta enter this. It's a stop. 19 pips with the spread, it's a stop. So on the 20th we got, so look at it. We got the first week, the first 2 weeks we got 180 pips. And the next week we got minus 60 for 3 days. This is how the market works. Sometimes it's great, sometimes it's really bad. And in this period, when it's really bad, you can't just stop trading or something like that. You just continue. You just right here on the test, it's easy. You just push the button and you just go on. In real life, it's a little bit harder, but you gotta continue. Here it's after the day, so it doesn't count. This is not a signal because it's green line is over the yellow. This is a signal, and probably it's gonna be a stop again. Yep. So minus 20 on the 21st. You see how bad this week is? You got 4 full stops. Before that there was no stops, then you get 4 full stops. And here that's actually a signal. But yeah, only one thing is bad. It's inside the channel. My channel, this one, the 2 yellow lines, it's 2 moving averages. There are 5 moving average. The time frame is, I'll just show you. The period is 5. It's smooth, and it's the one is high, the other is low. That's why it's a channel. The one corresponds to the highs and the other to the lows. So this is inside the channel, but it's only like one pip, so it doesn't really matter. So I enter this position, and again it's a stop. Oh, it's almost a stop. No, wait, it's not. Here you gotta count it as a stop, because you see it's only 10 pips right here, and the bar is huge down, but the shadow, it's over 20 pips. So 90% of the time it's gonna hit the stop. The other 10% you're just gonna make it, but it's a stop. So I put it right here, and it's again minus 20 on the 21st. Okay, I gotta stop the streaming right now because my kid is home, and he's gonna scream and everything, and it's not gonna work out very well. I'm not gonna be able to talk. I'm gonna stop the test right here. I'm gonna save the file, and as soon as he falls to sleep, I'm gonna continue the stream, and it's probably gonna be around 3 after about 1.5 hours, 2 hours most. And I'm gonna start streaming again and finish the test, and maybe there's a live signal at that point that we can actually see how it works out. Okay guys, thank you for watching, and bye for now.